Alright, perfect. Okay guys, so I thought I'd do a walkthrough of my car today. But before I do that, I need to give it a real good clean, because it's been sitting on the driveway for a few weeks now, just getting covered in dust.
Since I had my nose, yeah.
I was just joking, man. I was just joking, man.
Let's go for a little drive. So, where do we start? Basically, I bought this car about 2.5 years ago, completely stock off of this guy. It was actually my mate that told me about it. It was a guy who lives literally, you know, just down the road from where his grandparents live, and this guy had it literally just kept in like a barn, and I think he drove it like 2,000 miles a year, maybe, if that. So the car was in pretty good condition. I think I bought it with like 120,000 miles on it. I paid £900 for it. It didn't have an MOT, but the guy said, you know, if it doesn't pass the MOT straight away, you can bring it back and have your money back. So anyway, bought the car, managed to get it home, took it to an MOT centre, I think the next weekend. Yeah, passed straight away. I bought it to start drifting in again, because I had a sort of gap in my life for a few years where I stopped doing drifting, and I just really wanted to get back into it. So yeah, basically bought a cheap set of coilovers, bought some 15-inch Krager steels, which actually I owned previously, sold to someone, and then bought them back once I bought this car. Yeah, welded up the diff, then got a bucket seat and a steering wheel in it. Took it to a couple shows, did one drift day at Rockingham, and the car kept overheating. And then so it was sort of just looking like your normal sort of typical E36 really. And then over the winter of, from 2018, the winter of 2018 to 2019, I then decided to take it off the road, strip the whole thing down apart from the engine and gearbox, that all stayed in. Yeah, we'll go for a little walk around the car and I'll show you what I've done over that winter. So we'll start at the front with probably what most people know my car for, is this custom front bumper I built. Basically it started life off as a PS13 front bumper, which I bought off of Rob Brown. Well, actually no, I didn't, he gave it to me because he didn't want it anymore. Then spent probably like a year on and off, cutting it up, widening it, shortening it in places. About 2 weeks ago I went out on the weekend, pulled into like a lay-by, like a one on the lane, so it's quite bumpy, and ripped my front bumper off and drove over it. Put an unplate off, that's why this is all messed up, and so is all of this. Luckily I am actually building a second version of this, like a phase 2 kind of thing, that's got a fatter lip and a few other changes to it. So yeah, moving on, I then these over fenders, they are from Fitment Lab, they are the phase 2. These in my opinion are literally the best looking over fenders out there for E36s. They're extremely strong, they fit so nicely on the car, because a lot of them, they almost, like some of the other companies, they make them so it just literally looks like there's a bolt-on arch on top of your normal fender, whereas these guys have actually brought out the whole thing, kept the swage line in there, running all the way down through the back. Yeah, and they're just proper nice. They're wide enough that they fit my wheels under it, which are quite wide, considering they've also got adapters on them, because they're actually a Japanese fitment. So speaking of wheels, I run rotor Kyoshes. Yeah, okay, they're cheap rotors, but whatever. It is a drift car. I don't mind smashing them up, as you can see what happened with the black, this black one at the back. Basically, I bought these wheels brand new from Driftworks. They all turned up like that anyway, looking like that colour, so the black clips and like a satin grey kind of face. I knew they were coming like that. I actually wanted chrome ones, but they had run out of them. So what I'd done is I bought the wheels and then I sent them straight off to get powder coated in a chrome, and they came back looking lovely like this. And then, once I got the car back on the road after winter of rebuilding it, I welded the diff up, and then I tried being a sort of roundabout hero, completely different setup to what I've always had before. I've always had 15-inch wheels and stuff like that. So I'm now running 17-inch wheels, and they're a 9.75J at the back, so I wasn't quite used to the car and how it was. So I clutch kicked it, didn't clutch kick enough, so I decided to do it again, smacked it hard, and the car just slid straight into a curb and absolutely smashed the wheel up. So I ended up buying just another one, and I was going to get it painted at some point, but I just haven't got round to it. So the specs of my wheels, they are a 9J on the front, ET0 I think. They are a 5x114 fit stud pattern, but I'm running H&R hub adapters to make them fit onto mine, which are 5x120. Now if we go to the backs, they're a 9.75J ET12 I think, once again with hub adapters. Tyre sizes sort of vary on what I run. On the fronts, I'm always sort of running a 215/45 because I like a quite a thicker sidewall, because once again, like, I live in the countryside, so there's potholes and that everywhere. So it's just nice I can drive this car through potholes without having to keep swerving them and blowing out my tyres. Now the size on the back sometimes differ, like I'm running a 215/50 on there, sometimes I run a 225/45 I think, or a 215/45. It does vary just because they're rear tyres and I do go through them quite quickly. The side skirts, they're just E36 coupe ones, the rear lights are the crystal clear ones. I think I bought these on eBay. They're from Poland. In my opinion, they're probably one of the best lights you can get for the E36s. They do give it a nice sort of jappy feel. And then on the back, I am running a Scorpion exhaust. It came with some horrible tips on it, so I've put new ones on there, which are welded by me really badly because I didn't actually know how to weld properly at this time. So I'm going to be redoing these, but with more of like a blast pipe kind of thing. In the boot, we have, boom, grass. Really nice soft stuff, and it actually stops all my stuff from sliding about quite well. Don't look at how I'm holding my battery in, because that won't be like that for long. And then I just have a nice little Alpine sub. Interior, I have a genuine Nardi steering wheel, one of the sort of, I absolutely love how these feel. I need to get a new one, or this one re-suede because it's a little bit horrible. I have the lovely dimples on the back, so it's nice grip. And then I have option drift bucket seats. These are the glitter back ones, which look absolutely amazing in like night time when you get a nice LED, like a white light on the back. So they've got all this glitter in the back. Obviously I've now tinted the windows so you can't actually see them. Then I'm just running a gear shifter that I have had for ages, and then just an eBay hydro handbrake. I don't really use the handbrake. Yeah, I've only ever really used a hydro on like big tracks, on big corners, when I used to go to Lyddon Hill. Obviously that's closed down now, but that was literally, I wouldn't use it for anything, just to make the drift a little bit longer. Obviously I prefer using clutch kicks because I just think it's a better style of driving. You're driving from the outside, looks better. I think it's a bit more skilled to actually use the car rather than just enter into a corner and just hang off the hydro like a lot of people do. I am building new door cards, that's why mine are currently not here. The car is stripped out, but because I like stuff to look nice and I don't want it to sound absolutely horrible in here, because I do a lot of driving in it, I built this rear sync delete. I then ripped all the sound deadening out of the rear bench and carpeted that. It's also very dirty at the moment. Like a lot of the stuff on my car, I do custom build a lot of stuff. So for instance, this bonnet vent, they've got the pins on them rather than the aero catches, what most people go for, but I got these ones because I like having this whole wire thing going on, tucking into the grille. I think it helps give a lot more of an aggressive look, which is the kind of thing I'm trying to go for. So yeah, let's have a look at the engine. So yeah, this is probably one of my most sort of proudest achievements with this car. Over this last winter, I decided to take the engine out and rebuild it myself, which in its own thing has been quite challenging. It's something I've never actually done with a car before, is rebuild an engine. So it's quite a lot of a learning experience for me. So if we start off, I took the engine out, stripped it all apart, got in touch with the guys at Hack Engineering, and I dropped my head off to them, which they skimmed, gas flowed and put new stem seals in it. Picked it up, that thing, it was absolutely immaculate. Was so happy with the work that they had done for it. They're a nice sort of local company for me. It's one of the reasons why I put them into my engine base, because these guys are absolutely like the nicest people you could meet. So helpful. A lot of times I've been messaging them, sending them emails asking, you know, oh, what do I do with this, what do I do with that? And they always replied and always gave a great answer. So definitely go check those guys out. Built the engine back up, done a crackle black effect thingy on the Vanos section of the engine. Yeah, as some of you know, if you have been following me, you would know that the car, once I put the engine back in and turned it on, for about a month afterwards, it didn't start, and I just couldn't work out what it was. Going through forums, trying to work out everything, speaking to different people. I got the car taken up to All Motion Tuning and Performance, another company local to me. They were recommended to me by Hack Engineering, so I thought, you know what, these guys, you know, if they're going to recommend anyone, they're going to be good. So I took it to them, dropped it off there. Within a couple of days, the guys sent me a video of it running again. Yeah, proper happy with that. Basically, it turned out I'd not plugged some stuff in properly. One of the plugs had a short on it, and I think I put the fuel lines around the wrong way. Kind of embarrassing, but at the same time, once again, like I said, I've never really actually done anything like this before. So, you know, you can always allow for stuff to go wrong in that with any sort of build. You know, I'm not a trained mechanic or anything. I do everything at home. Yeah, let's run through the specs of the engine a bit. BMW engine, guys, you probably would have noticed that it's an M50 with the oil cap being at the back. So yeah, this is an M50 B25, so it's the 2.5 standard, I think, out of factory, the 197 brake horsepower. I haven't had this thing dynoed since I've rebuilt it. Things I've done is upgrade the cooling system. So for instance, I've run a metal thermostat housing because the plastic ones tend to crack. It's also running an E36 330i thermostat because it opens quicker, meaning that the engine sort of doesn't get as hot as quick, so it stays cooler for a little bit. It helps the water flow through a bit faster. I'm running silicone hoses all round. These are DO88. Never really heard of them before, but they're the only company I could find that does the full kit. I would like to have got Mishimoto ones, like my intake elbow, because they just look quite cool. Mishimoto, I could only find these two pipes on it, and obviously there's another pipe that runs down here, so I needed the full thing. Currently just still running the standard ECU, but I'd quite like to get a chipped one. Just because these M50s, they have got really bad low end torque, so it'd be quite nice to get the rev limiter raised, so I can go up a higher rev, so when I change into the next gear, it's already up a bit further than what it would be if it was just still on the standard rev limiter. That's about it for the engine really. So with the paint, what I've done, obviously shaved a load of stuff out of it, got rid of the washer jet bottles because I think they look ugly. I relocated that to the footwell. It's not plugged back in yet. I will be doing that soon. If you do want to see a video of how I've done it, how I run the water bottle in the footwell, then do leave a comment in the section below, and I might do a video about it. So with the paint, it is a black base coat. I then got some stickers that I like from different companies such as Retrospec. These guys are proper cool, been to a few shows with them before, all about sort of retro cars and stuff like that. That's why I have a few of their stickers about places. Love this design. Then I have Hack Engineering, the guys that did sort of help me out with all my engine stuff. Then we have Option Drift, which a lot of people actually think for some reason it's my company. It's not. I just share a lot of his stuff because he is my brother. So yeah, so that's why I always share their stuff and that, because it is my brother, help him out. He helps me out by hooking me up with stuff. And I always share his posts. Going all that, he does make his stickers and stuff like that. So, with this design, the Smash Delimiter one, it is something I drew myself. I thought a piston in there with a girl sitting on it, she's wearing some dungarees. you know, kind of cool. And it just says, yeah, smash the limiter on there. What I've done is a black base coat, put these stickers on there, painted over it with gold, let that dry, peeled those off, and then put a clear coat on with a load of glitter in. Hopefully that'll pop up on it. But yeah, that does, it shines up nicely in the sun, which I'm happy with. Wasn't sure whether maybe I should have put a bit more glitter in there, but I think it's enough. Like I said, I shaved a few things off, like the air filter mounts for the original one, cut those off. I then ran all the wiring for the headlights, usually runs down here, didn't want that, so I actually run it now through the wing, drilled a hole through there, and it comes out here and runs all along the back. Okay guys, that pretty much wraps it up for this video. There's a lot of more stuff that I've done to it. The spec list is really long on it, but I don't want this, you know, it starts to go on if I start listing every little thing that I've done. So yeah, I've got a lot more plans for it over the year, like the side skirts, finishing my front bumper and getting these door cards done. Loads of different stuff I've got planned for it. I'll be doing videos on all of it, so you guys can watch through, see what I do. So yeah, I do all my own stuff, so I'll be doing a lot of content on things like that. If you guys do have any questions, do feel free to leave a comment, message me, if there's stuff, not even if it's just like videos you want to see. If you want, if you've got a question about something, you know, you need help with on your E36, then do message me. I've had a few of these now, pretty much done everything you can do to these, sort of had everything off, put everything on, changed stuff, so I do know these quite well, so I can always try and help you as much as I can. So yeah, make sure you subscribe if you want to keep updated. I'm going to be uploading videos weekly, yeah, so make sure you subscribe, like the video, it's all appreciated, share it with your friends, tell them about it, yeah, that'd be great if you could do that. I'm going to sort of try and end the video somehow. And that is how you bump a car by yourself.